During a time of heightened diplomatic tensions between China and Australia, Canberra has downplayed some unplanned interactions. Australian warships have encountered Chinese Navy in the disputed South China Sea. The Australian government has played down the encounter, saying that during the encounter, all interactions with foreign warships throughout the deployment were conducted in a safe and professional manner. During a voyage that included travel close to the Spratly Islands, Australian warships had come across Chinese Navy, although it was believed that Australian ships did not go within 12 nautical miles of the contested islands. A defence spokesperson stated that 5 Australian warships, HMAS Canberra, Hobart Stewart, Arunta and Sirius, transited the South China Sea independently. This was from the 14th to the 18th of July this year, and included travel near the Spratly Islands. They were bound for Hawaii to join the US-led military exercise known as RIMPAC. The spokesperson said all interactions with foreign warships were handled with safety and professionalism, as we would expect in response to vessels operating in international waters in accordance with international law, and that these were routine and professional naval communications and no confrontation was involved. This news of the encounter came after the Trump administration strengthened its position against China's maritime claims in the South China Sea, thus prompting Beijing to label the United States of America a troublemaker that was making completely unjustified claims that China was bullying smaller countries in the region. In addition to this, diplomatic tensions between China and Australia have also been growing, being driven by a dispute about Canberra's call for a COVID-19 inquiry, along with Beijing's introduction of tariffs on all Australian barley and the contention over the latest national security law in Hong Kong. Australia's Hong Kong intervention was not heavy-handed, but that didn't matter to China. The 5 Australian warships left Darwin on the 5th of July this year and have been taking part in drills with the USA and Japan in the Philippine Sea this week before heading to Hawaii for the military exercise known as RIMPAC. The Defence Force says that the ADF vessels joined the USS Ronald Reagan Carrier Strike Group, which included the USA's Navy guided missile cruiser USS Antietam and guided missile destroyer USS Mustin, as well as Japan's Akizuki-class destroyer JS Teruzuki, for joint activities in the Philippine Sea this week. According to a defense statement issued on Tuesday, this week's joint activities have included a variety of training exercises such as aviation operations, replenishment at sea, communication drills, and maritime maneuvers. The commander of Japanese Escort Division 4, Captain Sakano Yusuke, said that this week's exercise would give the 3 countries tactical and operational advantages and make our friendship stronger, in addition to our regular joint exercises with both like-minded navies. The United States Navy Captain Russ Caldwell, commanding officer of the USS Antietam, said that the US was fortunate to routinely operate alongside its allies across the Indo-Pacific, and coordinated operations like these reinforce our mutual commitment to international maritime norms and promoting regional stability. Australia's Defence Strategy Update, which was released earlier in the month, warns that the COVID-19 pandemic is sharpening aspects of competition between China and the United States of America, and Linda Reynolds, the Australian Defence Minister, accused Beijing of taking actions that had unsettled the stability of our region. The United States Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, was quoted saying that the world would not allow Beijing to treat the South China Sea as its maritime empire, and that the USA would stand with the international community in defence of freedom of the seas and respect for sovereignty in the region. Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister of Australia, also stated that Australia would continue to adopt a very supportive position of freedom of navigation in the South China Sea. I'm David Lambert, reporting for Audio Journal.